I don't know if it was the best one I ever saw, but probably the worst decision making I ever saw in a fight was at Lancaster Speedway last summer, or 2 summers ago. There was a pretty good incident on the racetrack, and crews decided to do their thing and get after it, and well, they have police on the scene there. And the police seemed content to let boys be boys and do their thing and all that, and they broke them up once and got them apart, and sure enough they come back together and the police were back there again. And the one person decided to take a shot at the cop. And it went from letting boys be boys to guess who's going to jail tonight?
People fight because they got all their time and energy put into this, program, right? If you're using all the money you got to, put into this race car, and then you go out and some bonehead crashes you, like, you're going to be upset. So I think that's why people get so bent out of shape about it.
We were at Ace Speedway, probably one of the best ones I can think of. I was helping a guy and then a guy that we've been running against all season. Both of us, pretty equal, as far as who's going to win. It could be a toss-up between the two. And I don't really remember what started it, but after the race, we'd rolled through the scales or whatever, and he popped off, made some kind of comment towards the driver that was driving on the car that I was helping on, and then it all went in from there. The dude that we were racing against, his mom actually hit me in the head with a 1 1/8 open end wrench right in the back of the head.
Shoot, I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was like last year, and old Johnny Carroll, worked with him at Roush. His kid, Justin Carroll, was driving a race car, and when it was all said and done, some girl had a jack handle and he was beating Johnny in the head with it.
And it's kind of funny, it didn't even really stun me at the time, I guess because of the adrenaline or whatever, but I turned around and I told her, I was like, man, you just really pissed me off, it didn't really hurt or anything like that, I guess because of the adrenaline, but other than that, after that, we've been pretty good friends ever since then. The relationship kind of changed. It went the other way, where we didn't like each other. Now it's kind of like we talk, communicate on a friendly deal, friendly basis.
Did she ever apologize for hitting you?
Yeah, she did. She did. About a year, probably 2 years later, we was at Bowman Gray Stadium, and she walked up and apologized for the whole deal. I think it was just a good hard racing deal, and it just expired into the fighting for really there wasn't reason at the time. You know what I mean? It just one out wanting to do the other one.
It's the passion in what we do. We work so hard at this stuff for minimal gain at times, and have someone, I don't know, cut you off or cheat you, and then it's just flat out dangerous. People get killed doing this.
Do that again?
It's flat on your side, Cameron?
Yeah, it's flat on his.
Up a little bit if you'd like. Yeah, right there. All 4 of them?
Yeah.
You have to raise the whole thing up.
come up right here just a touch. Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta straighten it up for a second, Mike.
You had ordered that already. For ABC. Okay. Because I have one of them out for you, so I'm just going to duplicate that. Alright, so bumper, the down bars, and 4 well-on brackets. And I'll take. Yeah. They've got no white and black body panels, so I had to get a guy a black body with blue quarter panels and a blue hood and wrap it. That's our next thing. It's a month till they get hoods. They're doing the NASCAR bodies. That's their main focus. Right. But materials and stuff are going to that. People are going to wreck this summer.
Yeah, it's bad. Especially down by Buggy's shop down there.
Or down in that corner down there.
Yeah.
Take that, Mike. Before you cross somewhere, I don't care what. Yeah, I don't want it to.
This was one we built last weekend.
Everything's loaded in the trailer, right? You got a shock card in there?
Shock cards in there, everything's tied down. I'm good. Swap it out. Boxes they had here. Travis's sway bars in there. I don't know what else is needed stuff.
You nothing bolted everything. Saturday.
We did them twice, remember? We did it again Sunday morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, David and again Sunday morning. We refied it up, just the fuel pressure.
Okay. So everything.
Go okay?
Straight in.
You got Cam.
Straight in.
Yeah, I actually moved here for racing. I moved down here. I'm originally from Maine, so you know you only race from April to September in Maine. So it's kind of funny. I was just a kid in school. We got to check too, see if we have the parts to do this thing. So what are the top link pieces that you made?
Yeah.
The inch and a half by inch and a half.
Yeah.
And I was watching, I don't know, NASCAR race or something on TV, and like, it's funny because you make fun of it now, but you know, they talk about the guys back at the shop, you know, it's like, it's a joke now, but like it just hit me one day, and I was like, there's guys down there that do this work in the shop for a living. And it was like, I was probably in early high school, late middle school, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna do when I grow up. And like from that day on, like I knew that's what I was gonna do. No, I was completely green. My dad raced, and I did a little bit of racing, and I had like very little fabrication skills, like absolute bare minimum. So my original plan was I was going to move here, get a job, which I moved down here in 2007, so the economy was pretty bad. So like getting a job was like trying to pull wisdom teeth from people. So no one was giving anybody a job. So I finally got my foot in the door, and my plan was I was going to come down here and I was going to work for 2 years. And I was like, I'm just going to learn as much as I can in 2 years, and then I'm going to take what I learned and just go back home and use it as a hobby. Well, here I am all these years later, and I'm still learning stuff. Like, I just keep getting to the point where I'm like, you know, I'm gonna move back, and then it just got to a point where I was like, well, I'm still not done learning what I need to know. Like, I could still be better, and I just that drive to be better and get better at my craft has just kept me here, and now really I call this place home. I would definitely say they are pieces of art. I like knowing that all the ingenuity you put behind every piece on it, there's a reason why it is where it is. So like, you know, that's one thing I learned too, like building a car, people think, you know, you put this tab there just because, you know, that's where the tab would go. But it's been thought out. It's like the reason why that tab is there is there's a specific reason. You know, just that aspect of it, when the car leaves, you take a lot of pride in knowing and then seeing it out on the track perform, and you come in on Monday and you got banners hanging in the ceiling, you know, of all the race wins that you get. It's like, it just validates all your hard work that you've put into. It just feels good knowing that, you know, what you're working so hard to do, it's paying off. Short track racing culture in Maine. I've kind of described it before as like a cult, sort of. You know, the good thing is it's a good, solid community of people, and 95% of the people are good people. They'll do whatever they can to help you. And I could say that for racing all across the country, really. I mean, it's really a nice community of people, and everybody's there, you know, wanting to have fun and do the same thing you're doing. So it's just an awesome community of people to be a part of. They do have a lot less time to cram a whole season in. I mean, there's some hardcore guys up there, but you may not have, it's not like it is down here up there. I mean, when I was still living in Maine, like we raced, you know, April to September, but in the fall, you know, you go hunting, or in the wintertime you go skiing, snowmobiling. I mean, there's a lot of other things to do, whereas down here people take racing, you know, extra serious, and it's a 12-month out of the year. You know, if you're not racing somewhere, you're updating your stuff and making it better, which it's getting to be that way up north. I mean, there's a lot of guys putting some serious time and effort into you know, running these programs. So it's kind of the same deal. It was probably always like that, but you know, since I moved down here, you definitely see it now. Like, it's been hardcore, you know, ever since I moved here, really.
No, yeah.
I was bringing 66
You'll hurt your hand, but you can swing hard if you want.
I'm not gonna swing. I'm gonna throw this at you. That's all it takes.
Hey, we that right side red rail was full, so I took a 17-pounder and bolted it on the tray. Okay, is that good? Yeah. Okay. Do you want that lead, the weight percentage sent to you? Do you have them?
No, I'm good now.
Alright.
Here, go give this back to f***ing Travis.
Ain't no way Kevin got him.
No, he ain't seen him yet.
Oh,
Somebody had him.
tell him you beat him to it.
I will. What was that? Where we going with that?
Yeah, you're gonna end the show?
No,
I'm guessing this might not even be enough.
You want dance for it? I mean, come on.
I'll text him and see.
Who usually does the fuel?
Kevin that owns the place.
Oh, you got Piercy's number?
What's that?
You have Piercy's number?
That's right there.
Oh.
You're going to use the brakes a lot more to get yourself rolled up. Well, yesterday you could feel it, just the whole car would settle down on the track and load up. Okay.
Oh my